Something I like to pay attention to whenever I'm performing a massage, someone's performing a massage on me, or I'm in another room performing a couple's massage with another therapist. I want to know why you're doing what you're doing. Because when you're performing a massage, you should have an intent with every action. Every technique needs to have a reason, and that reason needs to be more than simply filling time. One way that I see massage therapists filling time is with tapotement. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I love tapotement. But to be honest, most massage therapists who use it suck. I mean, it's boring. It has no rhythm. It seems to have no rhyme to it. There's no harmony. There's no balance. And it just kind of seems like they're doing it because they don't know how to massage particular place. Now, tapotement has its place in massage, and it's not just an athletic massage. It can be applied in a therapeutic way, and sometimes it can be in a Swedish massage, but it really depends on the client and what you're doing, or how your spa or facility defines Swedish massage. It's also important to know what the client expects. When someone books a Swedish massage, they're expecting long, fluid strokes. They're expecting it to feel like the transitions are smooth, like you're moving from one place to the other and they can predict it like a story. When we start getting into like more corrective work or deeper tissue kind of work, Tapotement has a better place for it. And the reason is because Tapotement can often allow you to get to deeper muscle structures in a way that's less intense than, say, just using like a gliding stroke. Another thing that I don't really like about Tapotement, I'll hear someone doing Tapotement like they're playing the drums on someone. It could be rewarding, but like it doesn't really feel good. And there's a certain dehumanizing component to it. Like I'm not a freaking drum, dude. And you just went from like smooth, slow strokes, this like weird drum beat, and you woke me up. I was sleeping. You woke me up. So whenever you're using Tapotement, just like any other technique, ask yourself why. Why am I doing this? And then know where you're going from there. Something that I see a lot too is that like people will do Tapotement on the top of the legs, and it's weird because there's a lot of bony landmarks in those areas. There's a lot of like, bone that you can hit, and that doesn't feel very good. You know, let's say they're wearing jeans or something, and you're like, well, I'm going to do some Tapotement because, like, well, they're fully clothed. There's better work that you can do if you're looking to fill that space. And you could need through clothing. You don't need to be doing the Tapotement, especially if you're doing a Swedish. You need to make sure that these transitions and the movements that you're using is something that can lull them into a state of peace and sleep. In like athletic or some kind of deep work, it makes more sense, right? Because they have those clients typically have some kind of goal that they're working towards. And then when you move more into like corrective work, then it makes even more sense, but it's going to require more reasoning behind it. You know, what are you specifically doing? Why are you using it? And how do you anticipate that it's going to have the reward that you're looking for? If it's simply a technique that you're doing because you like doing it, that's the wrong reason. You know, that takes me back to the ego component when we're talking about the intangible aspects of massage. If you're doing it because you like to do it, it's the wrong reason to do it. Because remember, the massage is not about you. I have all sorts of techniques that I think are really cool, but I don't use them all the time because it don't make sense to use them all the time. Sometimes there's not time to do it. A lot of times it just doesn't make sense. You know, someone coming in for they want to fall asleep, an invigorating experience isn't necessarily what they're looking for. They want to wake up, Tapotement is going to be a little bit better, a lot better actually. But in of itself, I consider Tapotement more of an intermediate to advanced skill, more so than it being used by a beginner. Because for a beginner, I would categorize it in a lot of ways as a junk move, or at least a circumstantial junk move. And what I mean by that is a junk move is something that is typically in almost every situation a time waster. It doesn't really do anything. And the client knows it because they're like, man, I could have felt something much better in that 2 minute or that minute that you use to pound on my body. Because they're thinking about the dollars once they feel like the wasted minutes. And when they think that you're wasting the time, they're not going to rebook with you because they know that you're not really present or you're not invested enough for you to be able to use some kind of real cool and actually rewarding technique that will benefit them. So when you use Tepotement, think about why you're using it. What's the goal? What's the intent behind it? Just like every other move. Another piece of advice that I want to give is that I want you to think about what you're doing now and what you're going to do next. You should have a plan of action, a strategy in your mind of what you're attempting to do. Otherwise, your massage is going to feel like potpourri, just a collection of random ingredients that are thrown in, and it feels like you don't know what you're doing. A lot of new massage therapists have these potpourri things where they're just drawing everything they have from their toolbox in order to fill the time. And they can feel that. And they're here for an amazing massage experience, not the equivalent of having like their child walk on their back. They want an exceptional experience. And every massage, if someone's paying for it, it should be transformative. Everyone. Your aim should be for that person to get up off of that table and say, wow, I've had a lot of massages. And yeah, I know that was a massage, but it was something else. Oh man. That's what you're looking for. I always feel disappointed in myself when someone gets up and just says, it was good. I feel good. Because that shows to me that I didn't give them that experience that will change the rest of their day, that may change the rest of their week, or transform how they view massage. And I believe that massage is one of the greatest gifts granted to humanity by God. It is the greatest and healthiest form of instant gratification we can experience. The human connection is incredible. It is beautiful. And you're getting the opportunity to reintroduce this person to the world, to show them how wonderful it is to be alive. Giving you a half hour, an hour and a half, 2 hours of their time to feel like a human again, to revitalize their humanity. That's beautiful. And I feel blessed every time I am granted the opportunity to enrich someone's existence. I love massage to that degree. I live for it. And I want to show you. I want to show you that passion. I want to guide you to understand what it feels like to live your purpose. To be capable of giving someone a massage that changes how they live. So when you're performing massage, give every technique the time to understand why you're using it and use it wisely. And as you're performing the massage, have it in your mind, have a strategy in your mind, know what you're about to do, and build your massage so that you're telling a story. Incorporate foreshadowing because they're going to feel safer when they know, when they have a feeling of what is about to happen. It helps them feel like they're a part of it. And if you're listening to them and you're taking in their cues and asking them how it feels, getting them to articulate the experience, they can be a part of the story too. And with their input, and if you're willing to take their input in and actually listen to them, you can create an experience that is divine, that is more incredible than anything they had ever experienced, that they could ever had imagined. And that's beautiful. To show someone how beautiful life can be. There is no greater gift.